ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the Joe Light Show.
And good evening, everybody. This is Joe Light. This is Joe Light Show. I will be your host for tonight. It is 7:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. So there is probably a lot going to go on between now and Sunday. So all these picks, it's just kind of like an overview on what I think for the week. It's not like you're going to go win $1 million. Don't take it that way. You could, who knows? But anyway, let's get right into it. Last week was a little bit more back to normal. The week before, we saw Pittsburgh's guys didn't really do much. This week, Antonio Brown went crazy. Got about 40-something points, which is insane. But anyway, let's take a look at the Week 12 slate. I'm going to go position by position, tell you who I like, and yeah, that's it. So we have this week, it seems like a week to buy up. There is no real value in the lower picks too much, especially at the quarterback position. So this week we have Brady at 7.7K against 19th ranked Miami defense. I love that pick right there. I usually don't like to pay up for quarterbacks, but this is a week where you're going to be paying up more than likely. So Brady at 7.7K. Also, Kirk Cousins at 7,100. At home with the Giants, 21st. Giants had a crazy game last week with the victory against Kansas City. Nobody saw that coming. But this week, I think they're probably going to come back down to reality on Thanksgiving, 8:30. I think Kirk Cousins puts up a good 350 on him. Also, Cam Newton, another guy who I like a lot this week, 6,600 against the 12th ranked Jets defense. So I'm going against the local teams' defenses. Also, Fitzpatrick at 5.5K if you're going to pay down for anybody. Seems like a pretty decent bet. Atlanta's defense is 6th ranked. They're going to be at home. That's the only thing to look out for. Fitzpatrick, it's probably his last week before Jameis Winston comes back. But I like Fitzpatrick. If you're paying down for anybody, it would, to me, be him or maybe Josh McCown. 5,100. He's versus Carolina, 11th ranked defense. This game could go either way. I don't like McCown's yardage. He don't really put up a ton of yards, but he could run one in for you. Who knows? But I really, if I'm going to pay down for anybody, this week is probably going to be a pay-up week at the quarterback position. But I might just take McCown. Now, we're moving on to running back. Obviously, Mark Ingram, 8,300. He has a very favorable matchup at the Los Angeles Rams 29th ranked defense, which that's nothing to write home about. Also, his backmate, Alvin Kamara, is at 7.9K. I mean, he's a good play because he's going to get you the numbers and everything. He's been scoring every week, and he don't really get too many touches, but he gets a lot of value for the touches that he does get. Now, also, I like Leonard Fournette this week at 8,100 against the 28th ranked Arizona rush defense. Arizona could maybe stop the pass a little bit, but the run, not so much. And Fournette is looking for a breakout week. I think he's primed to give you $130 and a touchdown. You know, catch a little bit as well. Now a couple guys I would pay down for actually. DeMarco Murray, 5.2K at the 20th ranked Indianapolis defense. Now their defense is suspect. Let's be honest. DeMarco Murray kind of had a very off week, but I think he'll rebound. Of course, you got to worry about the whole split in carries. I don't know. I like him this week. I think he's gonna put out a good showing. Another guy I like this week, Dion Lewis, and you could pay down $4,800 for him. He got Miami's 17th ranked defense, which isn't too bad against the run, but I still like Lewis because there's so many weapons to guard when you play the Patriots. You can't really focus on anybody, and he'll get his this week, that's for sure. Now my favorite pick at running back. I mean, this is a guy that's priced at $3,900 this week and going against a 26th ranked Oakland defense. I like C.J. Anderson. I think he is going to punch one or two in there. I like the fact that Oakland just can't tackle. Their defense, their rush defense is atrocious. And so C.J. Anderson, and $3,900, that'll afford you a lot of money to spend up for other positions. Now we're going to move on to wide receiver, where maybe you could put some of that money into Antonio Brown. Guys, you all seen last week, he was a man amongst boys. 3 touchdowns. What else can you say about Antonio Brown? He might just be the best player in the league. Definitely the best receiver in the league. Also, you got Julio Jones, 7,700, going up against a 30th ranked Tampa Bay defense, which we all know. Julio Jones is he's primed for a big week against Tampa Bay. To be honest, everybody goes for a big week against Tampa Bay. But Julio Jones. Also, moving on, a few other guys I like Landry at 6,800 against New England's 31st ranked pass defense. Landry against anybody is going to get you some points. So, I mean, let's be honest, Cutler's not good at all, but he'll be throwing because they'll be losing. That's the way it goes. And another guy I like, Devin Funches, 6,100. He, since Calvin Benjamin has been traded, has really, really come along and stepped up in a big way. He's their go-to guy, and I see him going off against the Jets. I see Cam Newton putting up some good numbers, so if you want to stack them two, Funches and Newton I think would be a great stack this week. Neither one of them overly expensive, and for the price range, I think they'll get you very good value. Now moving on, I like Matthews going up against 26th ranked Indianapolis defense. Now, I mean, last week we all saw Mariota throw 4 picks, but he was playing against Pittsburgh Steelers defense, which Indianapolis, it's kind of night and day. I like Tennessee to bounce back in a big way. I think they're definitely going to cover the 4.5 point spread against Indianapolis, and I really like Matthews' chances in this one. Jeremy Maclin. I like Jeremy Maclin a little bit. Going up against the 29th ranked Houston defense. He's at 5K. Not a bad play. I mean, I know last week Wallace got the touchdown, so people might be on Wallace a little bit, so you might get a little bit low ownership out of Maclin as well. I mean, I like him. I guess he's a decent play. Uh, Also, I like no, I like nah, not really. But Emmanuel Sanders, I guess you could get something with him. He should get some decent points. He's been assuming a lot of the points over Demaryius Thomas, which I think Thomas is a better receiver. But it's just I don't know. Sanders is getting the opportunities and he's making the most of them. One guy I like every week. I don't care who they're playing because he is just all over the field. I feel like every time they snap the ball, the guy pops up. Robbie Anderson at 5.7K versus Carolina's 20th ranked defense. Another stack job you could possibly pull off is McCown and Robbie Anderson. A little bit on the lower end of the price. But yeah, Robbie Anderson, he's good for some points. He's been getting in the end zone a lot recently, so I really like him. Devontae Adams, another one, 5.8K. I mean, let's be honest. I'm a Packer fan, and it's not looking so great for us. But it's looking good for Devontae Adams. He's the only one that's been getting the ball recently. Moving on, we'll go to tight end. My pick of the week. Well, I have two picks this week that I really like, and they're kind of going against each other on a Thursday night at 8:30. We have Ingram at what is Ingram 6.1K this week at the 28th ranked Washington defense. They can't cover tight ends very well, and Ingram's just been he's been solid this year. Nobody else is healthy, so that factors in a lot. But I like this spot for Ingram. Vernon Davis would be a really good stack job with Kirk Cousins. Cousins and Davis. Davis up against the 32nd ranked defense. They can't cover tight ends. Garrett Selleck went off for a touchdown against them, so I can imagine Vernon Davis will get his as well. Delaney Walker, another guy I like a lot. They're at Indy. Anybody at Indy, I'll take them. I like Jack Doyle. He's not a bad pick. Priced at 4,500. You could throw on Tennessee. Obviously, we saw that last week. I think this is a decent spot for Jack Doyle, especially being the fact that he gets the ball more than anybody there. Sorry, give me 1 second, guys. Let me take this quick sip. So good. And another guy I really like at tight end. I like Dixon against the Jets defense. 27th against the tight end. He's 3,100. I mean, honestly, guys, if you're going to pay down for Dixon at any time, this is the week. I see him getting at least a touchdown, probably a good 6 or 7 catches. Really, options are limited over there. So, he's probably going to get his touches. Him and Funches, ain't nobody else to throw to over there. All right, guys, moving on to defense. So, I really like the Jaguars' defense up against the 23rd ranked Arizona offense. 4.1K. Jags went off last week on defense. They got those 5 picks. Who would have expected that? But, I don't think they're going to repeat that performance, but they got another favorable matchup this week. We also have Philadelphia up against Chicago, 3.6K. Chicago, let's be honest, they're Chicago Bears. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Packers fan. They are bad. We got the Patriots defense up against Miami. 3,400. Miami is a disgrace on offense. Other than Landry, there's nothing in Miami that's even exciting. Not even a little bit. Then you got another couple that I like, believe it or not. I'm really going to say this. I'm going against Green Bay's offense with Pittsburgh's defense. 3,900. We've seen what they did last week. We see what they do every week. Their defense is legit. And I really think, how dare I say this, but it's going to be a Philadelphia Super Bowl. Philadelphia-Pittsburgh Super Bowl. So Pennsylvania is going to be in the Super Bowl this year, and nobody else. What else? All right, last pick. I like Cincinnati against 29th ranked Cleveland offense. DeShone Kizer, just don't know which end is up right now. He's pretty poor right now. Ain't much running game to stop either. The only one that's really doing anything for them is Duke Johnson, because he's from the U. But other than that, there's really nothing to worry about. Cincinnati at 3.9 will be a great pick this week. So there you have it, guys. This is my Tuesday early picks. So I'm just pretty much it's a quick overview of what I'm seeing so far. I'm going to post another video on Friday, which I will limit kind of a little bit the players and give you what I like. Not just like such a broad spectrum like I did today. But I'm gonna narrow things down. I'm gonna give you my picks for the week, a mock team that I'm gonna be going for, and I will give you the spreads for the whole Sunday slate. So real quick, what I want to do, this is pretty much the end, but I just want to give you guys some picks for the Thanksgiving slate. So we have Minnesota, Detroit in the early game. Minnesota giving 3 to Detroit. And I'm liking Minnesota to cover the 3. Then we have Dallas giving 4 to the Chargers. I like Dallas to cover that. Bounce back after that nice little beatdown they took from the Eagles. Don't get me wrong, I like the Chargers. I really do, respect their team this year, but I don't think they got it in Dallas on Thanksgiving. Then this is an interesting one. Division game, Giants and Redskins. 7-point spread. I'm just pretty much I'm going right now off of what I see and what I think it's gonna be. It's gonna be Washington. Giants are gonna get smacked back down to earth this week, and I don't know. I like Washington. I like a little stack with Vernon Davis and Cousins, and I really think they're gonna put on a decent little showing this week. The Giants are the Giants. They beat Kansas City last week, but Kansas City really hasn't been playing too well. It was just a weird game. It was like, I don't know, just nothing went right for them. And the Giants, it was like their birthday. So there you have it, guys. I like Washington, Dallas, and Detroit. No, Detroit. Minnesota. Sorry, guys. But yeah, there you have it. This should be up probably later tonight or early tomorrow, which is Wednesday. Then I'll be filming Friday, and I'll give you my guaranteed team, some spread picks, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment, subscribe down below, leave me a like, whatever the case. I just really appreciate you guys checking me out, and have a good night.